Hey guys, it's Mrs. Daniel, and we are going to multiply and divide integers today. And when we multiply and divide integers, we're going to use our magic triangle that I have drawn right over here that we used in class. So let's start with our first example right here, where we are multiplying -7 times -3. And so I'm going to come over here to my magic triangle, and I'm going to draw a horizontal line that cuts that triangle in half. And then I'm going to draw a vertical line just in the bottom half portion that cuts that section in half. And remember that there's a negative here and a negative here. So the two sections that are alike get the two matching negative signs, and the top portion gets the positive sign. Okay? And this magic triangle helps us understand our multiplying and dividing integers rules. Okay, so to use it, what we do is we look at our first example, and it says a -7 times a -3. So we go back over to our magic triangle, and we cross off the signs that are in the problem. So I'm going to cross off a negative here, and I'm going to cross off the negative here that says -7 and -3. And the only sign left is going to be this positive. So I know that my final answer is going to be a positive 21, because 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, so let's try our next example, number 2. Okay, I'm going to switch colors after I erase my magic triangle. Okay, it's all gone. And I'm going to draw the magic triangle again, and I can draw it on every single problem if that helps me remember what sign to use. That's not a big deal. Okay, and so I have my two negatives in the matching spaces, I have my positive at the top, and I go to my problem and I see that I have a 30 divided by -6. When I look at my 30, I have to be real careful because there's no sign given on it. So there's just kind of that old-fashioned, you have to remember. Anytime you have a number without a sign, it's always going to be positive. So even though that 30 is not marked as a positive, we as mathematicians know it's positive. So I'm going to take my positive 30 and I'm going to cross off my positive sign, no more. And I'm going to take my -6. And if you see there's two negatives down here, so you're kind of curious which one, the answer is it doesn't matter. So just pick one of those negatives to cross off. And so I have my positive divided by my negative, and the only thing left is this negative. So my answer is going to be negative. So I'm going to put my negative sign here, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. So a 30 divided by -6 is -5. And I got that using my magic triangle here. Okay, so if you don't want to use the magic triangle and you just need like a shortcut to remember the rules, one way to remember it is you can say that if you have the same signs like you do here in number 1, these are both negatives. If you have the same signs, the answer is always going to be positive. And if the signs are different, okay, if the signs are different, like here in example number 2, the answer is always going to be negative. And this goes for both multiplication and division. So same signs positive, different signs negative.